Hello, this is Moobit from GamerNerds.co.uk and the GamerNerds Retrocast here on my personal channel with another toy review, and I've got right into the Transformers recently, as I'm sure you've already picked up. And as you can see, the first of a series of Transformers Prime toy reviews. I picked up quite a few, and this is the first one of the Cyberverse that I'm going to be opening up because I've been itching for him. He's my favourite character. It's good old Starscream. Oh yes, and looking a lot better against my new Macro Studio, I must admit. Little tip for you: if you haven't seen the intro video to this, there's a playlist for these videos. You can click the screen towards the end and it'll take you to the playlist and play them all. But only place in the UK to pick these up at the moment is Argos, which is for those who aren't in the UK, is a catalogue shop. You go into the store, write down numbers, and they bring stuff out the back. It is a lucky dip to what you get. Luckily the first one that they had was Wheeljack, which obviously I've done a review of already, and this fella I'm desperately after the deluxe and the commander class ones as well, but can't find him yet. Still quite hard to get hold of, but they are coming along as they're getting rid of the Dark of the Moon line. So let's get this cool little bugger going. This is Transformers Prime Cyberverse Commander Starscream, who is a slightly more expensive one of the line to the Legion class, which are a bit smaller. Let's show you the packaging quickly. Very cool packaging. Nice little picture of Starscream at the top there. Soundwave and all his buddies. There's Starscream in the packaging there. The line on this is that they've got sort of see-through transparent plastic weapons. We'll show those off later. Jet mode. Cyberverse, Command Your World, Starscream, who is a sabotage specialist. Nice little picture of Starscream from the show on the back there. Transformers Prime on Facebook and YouTube, nothing on the back. On the bottom you've got the usual Transformers Collectors Club logo, the Lion figure, and I'm not seeing Sad Onion Face. That's why, there he is. Poor old little Sad Onion Face, never gets to have any fun with anyone. And showing you a bit of the line: Starscream, Sabotage Specialist, nice Decepticon logo, sneakily pilots to destroy the Autobots. And there he is, very good representation in miniature form of Starscream, if you have to say so myself. Various guys from the line. The Cyberverse line, haven't bought them just because I don't see the point yet, but they have brought out vehicles, which is Wheeljack's ship for the Transformers, and they brought out a drilling machine for the Decepticons, which is like a transformable vehicle thing to start your Cyberverse figures on. I may review that later on, I may not. It depends what kind of mood I'm in at the week, to be honest. As you'll know, because I help run GamerNerds, I'm a gamer and a dad, so obviously I've got lots of things to spend my money on. So let's get this guy open and we'll see how cool he is. And here you have Starscream open up out of his packaging, and lovely little representation of his jet mode from the show, it has to be said. Obviously it's a Cyberverse figure, so it's not going to be bang on detail, bit of an obvious robot kibble underneath, but from the top, just like its deluxe version really, it's very, very nice. I'll give you a front view there. Whoa. Nice little cockpit. You can obviously see there's his feet, got much to play with, so they had to tuck them away somewhere. And you do get these little missile pods on the bottom, again because it's a choking hazard. I think they're like the deluxe version, they've given, instead of one missile, they've given three, and like the show, this one has got one missile and then a weird kind of Cybertronian stabby electric taser thing. I don't know what it is, but to be honest, it's kind of cool. You can see it's a translucent red. I don't know if that's coming across in the camera very well, and to say it's one colour, there's lots of little details. There's little ridges there, there's little symbol in there. Very nice. Obviously you get a pair of them. We'll put those off to one side for the transformation. And speaking of, let's get this thing transformed. With it being a Cyberverse, it is quite simple, as I'm sure you're already aware, but still quite nice. What you want to do first, take the legs down like that, and there's his legs basically all done, and then fold his his wings just out of the way, so you've got something to play with. This whole cockpit section clicks down. As you can see, there's a tab there, and there's a hole there, which it clicks into, revealing his head. Put that down to the side like that, split it open. Two tabs, 1, 2, 1 and 2, holding it together. That's going to become his arms, okay? Move the wings back out the way again. The arm sections come out. We'll flip it around like that. There we are. Arm sections come out and down. Move the wings back. Arm sections come around like that and down. And there's his arm. Around, so the square bit's facing forward and down. There's his other arm. You can attach these, if you want to, you can attach these weapons here. Because obviously there's quite a bit of kibble from the plane, I do like to attach these. So we'll put those on as well. But he's got nice little hands as well, you know, they're there. They're there if you need them. So you can put those on there, and then obviously put his head up and in. There's a lovely head. Can you see his head sculpt there? Very, very nice. Has to be said. He's even got a little smirk. Little Starscream smirk, yeah. And on the back with the wings, you basically, they come in and up, yeah, because they were there. You go in and up, and you're done. And then lastly, the tail fin comes up and in like that to create his backpack. And there you have Starscream in his robot mode. And I will move the camera for you so you can see this. Here we go. And Starscream in his rather badass, evil little snivelling little weaselly bastard robot mode. Very, very good representation of the show. Again, limitations because it's a small Cyberverse figure, but he's got everything, you know. He's got the obviously nice bit of arms, and he's got his missiles, you know. He's got all the detail you could probably need. Now let's, if I can get a little close up on his head sculpt. Very beautiful head sculpt there, and he's got translucent red running all the way through him. And unlike the main figure, his head crest is red, which is nice. And as you can see here, lovely little, if you can see it, hey Chihuahua. It's so small you can hardly pick it up with my camera lens, but there he is, little Decepticon logo. Believe me, it's there, purple Decepticon logo, old school, as it should be. And he's just a very pretty figure. He's quite tight, as it were. He's got not much kibble flying about. I mean, in the show he's got the backpack like this. The wings aren't exactly show accurate, they normally off at a 45-degree angle a bit, but you know, it's there. So he's got a little jetpack thing going on. Lovely little legs, down to his little high heels. He's got leg spikes and everything else. And I've put these missiles on the wrong way around, but we'll take the missiles off for a second so you can see. And that's him with there. Now for articulation, not a lot. Again, it's a Cyberverse. His head will look up, but it's as part of the joint for the transformation. He's got a ball jointed shoulder, so full range of motion up there, but he has got, as you can see here, little grooves where things should be. So he hasn't got, he does restrict when he's going up to that kind of angle. The arms, there's a hinge here and there's a hinge here, so he's got some kind of elbow, nothing on the wrist because it's just moulded into the actual plane cockpit. Okay, same on the other side. Coming down to the legs, lots of articulation on the legs. You've got a full ball joint on here, which mine is actually frankly a little bit loose, but there we go. He's got knee pivot, and if you want to, he has got foot swivel, but he hasn't got foot pivot because it's built into the thing. Minor gripes with this, I mean, you can get some poses out of him, so you could do the whole, you know, if you can get him to stand, this is my point. Because his feet aren't on a pivot, when you try to get him in some kind of dynamic kind of like his snivelling little yes Lord Megatron kind of pose like that, obviously he's quite wobbly. It takes a little bit getting used to because of the loose leg joints basically, but once you get him on there, is fine. You just make sure he's leaning forward very slightly just because of the heavy backpack on the back here. But then again, that adds to his character because he's supposed to be a bit hunched over anyway, isn't he? He's supposed to be a bit of a scheming little bastard. So it actually adds to him that he has to be leant over to stand up. So I ain't got a problem with that. But, you know, my bottom board is a bit loose. Well, it's not actually a board, it's a piece of card today, hence it, so that can't be helping matters either. But there we go. So that's Starscream in his robot mode. Very, very beautifully is too. To transform him back, very quite simple really. We can start by going to the back and putting the tail fin down like that. Move the wings down, move the wings down, move his head up and into his back like that. Bring his arms forward, right, and you'll see there's a tab here, and when you spin it round there's a hole here, so they want to be spinning round like that, spinning round like that, and that's a bit stiff. Oof, there we go. And that tab and that hole want to meet, so we'll get that in there. And when that tab and hole meet, you'll get the tabs for the actual cockpit in line as well. So you can get that in like that, click that in like that, click that in like that. There you go, you heard the click, okay? That is the cockpit extended, ready to go. Wings down. Just move them out of the way just for a second while you do the legs. And the legs just fold in. And there's little red thruster things for the robot mode. That goes into a little hole on the bottom of the foot just there. Just have to wiggle them about so they slot in. Same on this side. Come on. Come on. There we go. Come on, little Starscream. And then you've just got a hole there and a peg on the underside there. This concertina's up. Clicks into place. Put your wings down and out. And there is Starscream back in his plane mode. Okay, and for a size comparison, here he is next to his G1 counterpart. This is the Transformers revealed the Shield Cyberverse equivalent G1 Starscream. As you can see, these are a lot bigger, a hell of a lot bigger. The guy's fins only go to the end of his wings on here. A lot fatter. So yeah, there's not really much for robot mode to show you at the moment. So obviously I've got the other Cyberverse figures in their packaging still. Looking forward to this one next. But yeah, he's great. I mean, when it comes down to it, Starscream, I mean, come on, who doesn't love Starscream? Anyone who likes Transformers, you either like Soundwave and or Starscream, or you don't. And I am a big lover of Starscream. He's a great little character, and I mean, he lost his way a bit in the movies, I think. I didn't give him enough lines, but I mean, especially for a dad or somebody who lives in a small flat and doesn't have a lot of space on their shelf for a lot of the full-size Transformers, the Cyberverse figures are starting to come into their own. They're very good. Obviously they're not as show accurate as the Commander class and the Deluxe class ones, but to be fair, they're still a good representation. They're still a good way of showing off your geeky credentials, and that's all we can ask for, isn't it, ladies and gents? Until next time, I have been Moobit. Please do watch my YouTube channels. They are /Moobit and /Moobit Music. And also I work for GamerDads, so their channels are /RetroCast UK and /GamerDads UK. Please do check out the GamerDads podcast. You can find that by searching on iTunes for the word GamerDads and click on the one with the blue symbol, or you can click in tinyurl.com/GamerDads podcasts, and you'll find 1 week is a retrocast where we talk about retro games, retro toys, retro TV, retro films, whatever, and then the other week is the current gen newscast, just talking about current gen gaming mainly, and going off on lots of funny tangents. So then do also click my screen right now if you are watching this on your PC, and you'll get a playlist with all the Cyberverse Transformers Prime figures, should I say, and a few of the Deluxe class figures as well that I've picked up, and I'll be adding to that as I buy more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
I like to move it, bit, bit, bit.